When the sun slows and porch swings creak, we remember a world that moved at human pace, where evenings were for neighbors, not notifications. For many Americans, those moments still feel like home, and they open the door to a surprising way of life. Today we move faster, lit by screens and alerts, but some have chosen another path. Welcome back to the colony legacy. You've seen them in photographs, a horse and buggy moving slowly in a world of speeding cars. But who are the Amish, really? Beyond the stereotypes lies a complex and fascinating blueprint for life. Today we begin our journey to understand America's most private community. Let's peel back the layers and look past the bonnets and buggies to the values that sustain them. To truly understand the Amish of today, we must travel back in time, not just to the 19th century, but all the way to the Protestant Reformation in 16th century Europe. A time of immense religious upheaval where a passionate group of reformers and the Anabaptists emerged. Central to their belief was adult baptism, the idea that faith must be chosen, not inherited in infancy. This conviction, plus nonviolence and separation from state power, put them at odds with authorities and brought brutal persecution. In 1693, Jacob Amann led a stricter group that emphasized discipline and separation. Those followers came to be known as the Amish. Persecution drove many across the Atlantic to William Penn's Pennsylvania, a rare promise of religious freedom. They settled in fertile lands, Pennsylvania, then Ohio and Indiana, building agrarian, community-focused lives. Their separation was neither arrogance nor escapism. It was a survival born of history and a conviction, to be in the world but not of it. How does a community maintain its identity and resist modern pressures? For the Amish, the answer is the Ordnung. Ordnung, literally order, is not a single book but a living consensus about how to live pleasing to God. It's discussed and reaffirmed by elders and congregations, tailoring rules to each district. The Ordnung explains the visible markers: plain clothing, beard styles, transportation, all signals of humility and unity. Simple garments discourage vanity and emphasize demeu, humility, and the individual's place within the collective. Homes are designed for function and fellowship. Church services meet in houses, not grand buildings. Horse and buggy transportation slows life and keeps communities geographically centered, limiting worldly influence. Each Ordnung varies, which is why dress and technology rules differ slightly between settlements. Ultimately, the Ordnung guards against individualism and materialism, preserving a shared life where community matters more than consumption. While it's easy to focus on the thou shalt nots of the Ordnung, its heart is preservation, not punishment. Every guideline seeks to protect faith, family, and the web of relationships that forms community. Core values like demut, humility, and Gelassenheit, yielding to the community, underpin every rule. Think of the Ordnung as a garden fence, not to punish the flowers, but to protect them from weeds and trampling. It shields family togetherness, mutual support, and spiritual devotion from consumerism, selfies, and distraction. In a culture that prizes self-expression, the Amish prize the wisdom of the community and the freedom of being freed from ego. Accepting the Ordnung is not accepting rules. It's embracing a holistic, time-tested way of life. Generations hand down this communal wisdom, trusting it more than transient impulses. Identity is not what they own or achieve, but who they are to their family and neighbors. It's a spiritual commitment, the whole greater than the sum of its parts, a shared life as the most meaningful life of all. One persistent myth: the Amish are frozen in time, rejecting inventions out of fear. That's not true. The Amish are discerning, not anti-technology. They ask, how will this affect family and community? Church district leaders weigh benefits against social and spiritual costs before accepting tools. Connecting to the public power grid is often forbidden. It would invite television, internet, and passive entertainment into the home. Instead, they use self-contained power, diesel generators or pneumatic systems, for task-oriented needs without opening the home to worldly influence. Telephones are kept outside in small shanties at the lane, available for business and emergencies, but not constant companions. Tools are used for a purpose and turned off, preventing passive intrusion into family life. This reveals a wisdom. They are not afraid of the future, they refuse to be enslaved by it. Their engagement with technology is a dance: acceptance, modification, rejection, always to protect community. Take the tractor, allowed for belt power and stationary tasks, forbidden for field work that enables large-scale individual farming. You'll see simple gas push mowers and efficient battery devices powered by self-contained packs, practical without inviting dependency. Workshops may run pneumatic saws or compressed air tools off generators, efficient but isolated from the grid. Health choices are pragmatic. They'll use doctors, surgery, vaccines, and antibiotics when needed, but often try natural remedies first. This careful negotiation shows a living culture, not a museum piece, constantly asking, does this build up or tear down our community? The Amish economy is family-run. Farms, skilled craft, and mutual aid form the foundation. You'll find handcrafted hardwood furniture, intricate quilts, and small home-based businesses. As land pressures rose, many families diversified into bakeries, sheds, machine shops, and construction. Mutual aid, most famously the barn raising, shows how a community trades labor instead of commercial insurance. If a barn burns or a family needs a home, neighbors arrive with tools and time, not a check to a corporation. They often opt out of Social Security and private insurance, relying instead on church-collected funds and collective care. When illness strikes, the community responds. Visits, fundraising, and shared responsibility for recovery. This economy of hands and hearts creates a social safety net built on trust, reciprocity, and shared labor. We've traced their history, beliefs, and practices, a people who chose a centuries-long path toward simplicity. Their horse-drawn buggies and plain dress can seem like a postcard from a bygone era, yet their choices raise modern questions. They act as a mirror. What might we learn about our own relationship with technology, community, and contentment? The Amish limit technology to strengthen ties. If you could remove one modern technology to find more peace, what would it be? Share in the comments. They're not alone. Their cousins, the Hutterites, took communal living in a different direction. Communal ownership and high-tech farms. Where Hutterites own community machinery and embrace large-scale automation, the Amish center family enterprise and cautious adoption. To see a different blueprint for raising the next generation, click to watch our previous episode, The Unbreakable Chain, Raising the Next Hutterite Generation. Thank you for joining us on the Colony Legacy. If you enjoyed this exploration, like and subscribe for more journeys into enduring communities.